Welcome to Trapping Inc. I'm Rich Mellon. Well, today we're in the far northwest corner of Alberta. I have 3 generations of the Schaub family here, and we are going to be chasing Wolverine. In behind us, you can see the Steen River. The Steen River plays a big role in why the Wolverine populations are so strong and thriving here. Stick with us, this is going to be an awesome show.
Trapping is the cornerstone that Canada was built on. Brave and sometimes crazy men and women, fueled by the lucrative fur trade, explored and mapped our great nation. Hundreds of years have passed since then, but trapping still remains vibrant, strong, and steeped in the ancient traditions. The fur bearers still follow the old paths and live as dictated by thousands of years of instinct. Fur only gets prime in the harsh temperatures of winter, and trappers must respect and prepare for the weather. Trapping's past is firmly rooted in history, but today, the gear and techniques have changed. Canada is still known for the best wild fur in the world, and today our pelts are sold on the global market. Our community is large, and our numbers are growing. We are trappers. This is what we do, and where we belong. Join us in our adventures. Welcome to Trapping Inc., the face of today's trapper.
Sometimes when you have a wolf bait around these neck of the woods, everybody comes to the wolf bait. You know, lynx, fishers, wolves, foxes, coyotes, everything comes until the wolverines claim it themselves. So, like we were talking and laughing last night, it's kind of like the coffee room in an office building. Everybody's having a good time. Somebody brings donuts. It's donut day. Everybody's telling jokes, enjoying each other's company, coming and going. And then the loud guy in the office shows up and licks all the donuts, and that's the Wolverine. And so he'll come in and he'll mark all of the food. And
so it pees on everything.
Pees on everything. And so once that happens, that's it. The bait's dead.
Nothing will come to it then.
Nothing will ever come to it. So what we discovered over the years, just with playing with different scenarios, was interesting, and we found that if you take the bait that they already claimed and use it for bait, they'll come to it right away. We tried it versus fresh bait, and they'll go 10 times out of 10 to the stuff that they claimed over the fresh bait. The fresh bait they won't touch. They're not sure of it.
No, but the stuff that they claim, that's theirs, and they want to mark it again.
That's right. And it's too bad it's not Scent TV, because this piece of meat that they claimed that we used for demonstration stinks exactly like Martin Magic would stink. That's
I can smell it from here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible stink, right?
Yeah, Wolverine do not smell pretty. No.
No. So anyway, I guess just from learning on how all this works, just FYI, I guess more than anything, it's not that we're trying to catch them. It's just we were trying to showcase how you could if you wanted to.
And it's once again, it's understanding the animal and having a conversation with the animal. That it was his, and now you took it away, so he's going to want it back.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people wouldn't even think about that. They think about using fresh bait because the bait that they peed on is fouled, right?
That's right,
but not to them.
Not to them. It's safe.
Right. So you put a piece of bait here?
They had the original site was about 100 yards back there, and these are the trails where they had pulled the bait and left it right here.
Oh.
So we just brought it to the side here and reset it up in the cubby.
Oh yeah, man, does it ever smell strong, huh?
And so now that's, they're gonna come back for that piece of bait, because it's theirs.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. Get your favorite brew online at oldsmokescoffee.com. Halford's, unique beyond compare. In-store or online, we have all your trapping needs. Find us online at halfordsmailorder.com.
Range Road Enterprises. See our full line of firewood processors, wood splitters, sawmills, and more online at range-road.ca. Carl's Ice Sport Optics. It's not just a rifle scope, it's a relationship for life. See the new V4 models online at gentech-intl.com.
You can keep up with all the action at trappinginc.com or join our Facebook and YouTube sites.
All right. This is a pretty damn cold morning, but this is a great way to start it.
Yeah, we got
Look at that, eh?
less than a few miles into our morning here. It looks like we got a nice one, Rich.
Now this is really cool. Explain what actually happened here.
So this Wolverine with these sets, the whole intent is if they don't want to commit going into the trap, they jump in and we get them on the way out. So
And that's exactly what happened here. We got him coming out, huh?
yeah, got them coming out. Pretty much a textbook thing. We catch about 50% coming out like that.
So what, would he have climbed a tree then, or how would he have jumped in there?
Yeah, that's right. He just climbs a tree and jumps in. So the whole intent is to have your pen large enough so that they feel comfortable. They could jump in and then they could still move around and eat the bait and leave. So that's pretty much typical of 50% of the catches we get.
So once he gets in there, he eats the bait, then he's comfortable and he's not worried about that trap, and he just goes right out through it.
Yeah, they typically forget all about that trap after they have a full belly. They, glutton.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? So this spot we're at here,
Yeah, this is one of my favorite spots on the trap line. This is a beautiful little creek here that crosses. It's just a natural highway. This is one of our better sets. I've probably caught well over a dozen animals in this set just in the last few years alone.
wow, look at him, huh?
Look at that, eh?
Look
nice,
at him.
nice markings on him.
Yeah, it looks like a younger one. It's it's a good sign of a healthy population here in the line. It's a great sign when you don't catch grandma and grandpa all the time. So that's a very typical, probably a 2-year-old Wolverine right there.
2-year-old, and he'd weigh high 20s?
Yeah.
High 20s, maybe 30?
Yeah, close to 30 pounds.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well let's set this back up, show everybody out what we're doing here, okay?
Hey, Connor, is there anything in that stuff? And did you have another snare here somewhere?
Yeah, it's there coming up through here.
Is there anything in it? Just double check.
At the same time, on all these bait sets, you're taking snare for lengths, right?
Yeah, we run somewhere between 2 and 4 snares per station. I like to refer to these as bait stations more than cubbies. I believe that reflects more what they are. It gives an opportunity for many species of animals to come in and open your opportunities. It's not just a single use set. So
Yeah. He sure ate up that. You had a lynx leg there, right?
yeah, that was a quarter. Was that a hind quarter of a link maybe? Yeah.
Looks like maybe.
More bait too there.
And now for Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
On today's tech tip, I want to talk about lure. Lure breaks out into 4 different areas where it attracts animals. The first is food. When we talk about food, it means that it actually smells like a food. It brings them in. It makes them hungry. You might use a poplar bud lure or a green stick lure in the springtime for beaver. The second is sex. So that depends on the time of the year. Once again, that when sex is important to them. Not only will we have a lure that will be important for attracting sex, you'll also have urines that will be very important as well. The third is curiosity. You take a look at my lynx lure. They don't try and eat it or anything else, but it makes them curious, right? They have to go check it out and get close to it. Curiosity lures are probably the most universal, work probably the most throughout the season. And the last one is territorial. Territorial is where you have invaded. It's like using a caster lure on a caster mound for for beaver. Beaver that lives there gets upset as all heck because he's got to get there and mark over top of it. This is what's going on in this show here when we talk about the Wolverine urine when they mark their food and all that. It's territorial, it's theirs, it's very important. Just a little bit of background on what lures are doing and how it can help you catch more fur.
That was Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
All right.
That a perfect catch.
Yeah, right. Nice high up.
Yeah, good entanglement. Didn't last long.
And so then we had a Wolverine.
Yeah, so the Wolverine that gets caught in any snare that doesn't have a kill spring or that isn't at least 3/32 wire will, in my experience, chew out in less than 24 hours. They just throw themselves on their back and they just chew through the cable. I have physically seen it with my own eyes how they do
So
it.
it never restricts down on them or anything then.
Yeah, so the problem with trying to balance your line with link and Wolverine is, if you had kill springs on every one of your link snares, that would be a fairly costly and inefficient venture as well, right? So yeah, unfortunately, this does happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. Now, typically we will eventually catch them, so that it's not like they do suffer long or anything with a snare on their neck. A lot of times you'll have them a couple shots down the trails.
Nice Wolverine tracks.
Yeah, when they lope through the snow, that's what they look like. A big, giant fisher, really.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Those are beautiful Wolverines.
Yes. Wow. Look at that. Yeah, he's frozen, but at this temperature don't take long.
Oh, no, it was what, like a balmy minus 30 something this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, that is a pretty animal.
He's got beautiful colors.
Yeah. Well, you were saying last year that you get all 4 genetics here, all 4 DNA strands.
I believe so. I mean, that's not confirmed by anybody official, but I believe so. They're so different here. Where most other lines have just one type, right?
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you get some that are really gold, some that are really dark. This looks, oh yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Probably just got caught last night.
Yeah, that's about what it feels like because he's still got some flex to him,
Yeah.
which that's a nice heavy animal,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Great.
Look at that.
good looking. This cubby is pretty special to all of us. This is, this is the very first animal we caught on this line when we first started trapping, and it's always, I think everybody always gets excited when we get close to it. See what's
Oh,
in
this
it.
one right here.
This is where it all started for us. I mean, it's funny now, but back in the day, trying to figure out how to catch these animals, it was a lot of lessons learned, and this is where we all put it together finally, and it built off of it. So, yeah,
So,
this
I
is
mean-
where it all started.
Tell me, how do you choose a spot for a cubby?
Oh, I mean, height of land, transitions. But
Height of land. So you like it higher than lower than?
no, just any time it changes. I mean, any time it either gets low or high, I like to put one there.
Oh, okay.
Whenever there's food, lots of rabbits, and as you noticed, there was a ton of willows just behind us. A lot of willows. I don't like setting in willows. I like to set more in the black spruce, so I usually set just on the fringe of them.
Okay. Excellent.
So, but yeah, I lost count how many animals we caught here, but this is definitely one of the more productive baits in the whole entire trap line, all 8 townships of it.
I tell you, with the feedback I got last year from the stucco wire, there's a lot of people say that it just no way it works, but there's a lot more people that are now doing it.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. Get your favorite brew online at oldsmokescoffee.com. Argo, go anywhere. Argo Extreme Terrain vehicles conquer any season, any terrain. Join us online at argoxtv.com. Midland Radio, communication for every adventure. Find the all-new X-Talker online at gentech-intl.com. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only hunting, fishing, and trapping magazine. Online at albertaoutdoorsman.ca.
You can keep up with all the action at trappinginc.com or join our Facebook and YouTube sites.
And I don't know much about Wolverine, but I know the
Hey guys.
there's the one.
Hey guys, look at this.
This is the one.
There's the snare.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's exactly the one that we caught last bait. There's the snare. I just saw a little chunk of wire.
Yeah.
Go.
Million to one odds. Usually that doesn't happen on camera. No. But
Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
There
Look
we
at that.
go.
And
Isn't that something, eh?
you know
that's
it's
the one.
yeah.
So that's a good saying. Even the sun shines up a dog once in a while.
Actually, I think it's the sun shines on every dog's rear every now and then.
Okay, well, I got things wrong sometimes. But
There, so that's how much he was bothered by having that snare. He's down here at the very next bait station.
he's not bothered by it. He doesn't care. They're,
No.
they're so tough. They're unbelievable. And yeah, I just, yeah, this is, I knew it. And this is, for everybody at home, this is the next trap. We're 1 kilometer away from
Yeah.
where he tore off.
Yeah.
Where he tore off from that snare. at the
Where he
last
got
bit.
in that link
Exactly
snare.
1 kilometer.
And usually they don't get into a link snare because the height's wrong.
Well, yeah, and I do that on purpose.
Exactly.
I do that on purpose. A lot of people, if I wanted to be more successful with link, I would lower those snares just by a couple inches. But I hate catching them in them because a lot of times they won't hold them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I keep them high intentionally for 2 reasons: to keep the Wolverines out and to keep, if we get a big snowfall, I could still, it all works out. So when we set all of these, it was going to warm up to, I think it was -6, and then my fear was we were going to get a foot of snow. So I set all of these snares exceptionally high last week.
Yeah.
We're paying the price a little for it because it didn't snow as much as we thought, but that's trapping.
Well, but here's where I was going before you noticed the piece of wire, is that steel doesn't seem to bother them either. So it doesn't bother the Wolverine, even though everybody thinks they're so smart. The stucco wire doesn't bother them, the trap doesn't bother them. That snare around his neck doesn't bother him.
No.
That's
And
pretty cool.
And for the people that comment on these cubbies that they don't work, dollars to donuts, they're not doing something right.
Yeah.
There is a lot of detail in these. It doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of detail in these. If you don't get the height right, if you don't leave it open in the front, if you don't leave the top open, if you don't leave them big enough so that the animal feels they could get in it and turn around, all of these things, they don't work.
There you go. There you go.
The height of this is important. They want to look right through the trap. All they see is the bait. They don't
Yep.
even see the side of the traps.
Yep.
They just walk right in.
Let's get another trap in there.
All right.
Oh, he got himself all tangled in, didn't he?
Yeah, he's all tangled up here.
That's a little one, huh?
I'll just undo this one.
Oh, it's a fisher.
That's a fisher.
Yeah.
It's a fisher.
That's a huge fisher.
That is a very big fisher, yes.
Guess we mistaked it for a Wolverine because catching a fisher in these parts is
Pretty rare.
as rare as most people catching a Wolverine.
Really? Wow. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty big for a fisher.
That's a
Wow.
big fisher.
Absolutely.
He's even got markings like a Wolverine, but
Well, yeah, they do.
yeah,
I get lots of weight on
you do, eh?
lots of money. But yeah, that is a big fisher. What's he weigh?
Oh, he's got.
Yeah, he's a Boone and Crockett. I don't know.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Pretty successful day today for these cubby sets. We caught, well, how many species did we get? Is that 4 species in this cubby set today? So that's pretty good. We got a wolf, we got some wolverines, we got a fisher, and we got some link. So
I guess it speaks for itself.
yeah, it's on camera now.
Let's just take that out and take a look, put it with the Wolverines.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty remarkable. That's pretty remarkable. There's 2 beautiful Wolverine. And I like, you know, look at how much lighter the crown is on this one than that one even, you know?
Yeah, this one's dark.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Dark on its back and a booner of a fisher. But he's got to be big though to be running with these dogs, right?
That's right. Yeah. I think that would make the 11th fisher I've ever caught on this line and the 44th Wolverine.
No kidding.
So that's a pretty big difference in a ratio there.
Yeah, they have such an incredible fur, don't they?
Yeah, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. You know, for a hood or for a set of gloves, beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it was special having 3 generations here of the Shaw boys out take me out trapping.
Yeah, it was.
It was an honor to have you.
No, it's all my honor, and I'd like to thank you guys for taking me out.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you. And I hope you folks enjoyed this as much as we did, and maybe we'll see you down the line.